Hello, history friends. This is the World War II assessment. Question number 1 says, in class we looked at some of the leaders of World War II. What were traits that most leaders of World War II had in common to each other? How did this have an impact on the war itself? Feel free to pause this recording as you do your writing for each answer, and then when you're ready you can hit play again for question number 2. Question number 2 says, please explain how the Treaty of Versailles and the Great Depression in the U.S. and the Depression in Europe led to the rise of Adolf Hitler in Nazi Germany. Consider using information about his childhood and life before World War II. Question 3. Define the term appeasement. How did the leaders of Europe appease Hitler prior to the outbreak of World War II? Reminder, think about that candy bar example that we gave in class. Number 4, what is fascism? And how did the Nazi Party use it to achieve the Holocaust? Things to think about. What is fascism? Who created it? How did Hitler come to power using fascism? Think about the poem we read through in class as part of our bell ringer, and also the noodle example. Number 5, Germany and the Soviet Union had an interesting relationship prior to and during World War II. Explain in as much detail as possible how these two countries created a second world war. Things to think about. What was the name of their agreement, and what two things did they agree to? Number 6, the relationship between Germany and the Soviet Union will change during the course of the war. Explain the events that occurred to alter the relationship between Germany and the Soviet Union. How does this cartoon below demonstrate that change in their relationship? Number 7, Germany was very successful in overrunning their enemies during a new tactic called blitzkrieg. What is blitzkrieg, and why was it so successful? Draw a diagram to explain your answer. Number 8, in the beginning of the war, the United States was neutral. Why did they choose neutrality, and what brought them into the war? Things to think about. What does it mean to be neutral? Why did the U.S. want to be neutral? Which country attacked us? Where did the attack take place? And what impact did that attack have on the United States? Number 9, the following photo was taken during D-Day, the landing on Normandy Beach. How does this event demonstrate the change in attitude that the Allied powers took during World War II? Some things to think about. What two things did America need to change in order to be successful? And why did they need to do these two things? Number 10, despite the Allied powers achieving VE Day, which is victory in Europe, Japan did not surrender. Why did Japan choose to not surrender the war? Things to think about. How did Japanese culture impact their fighting in World War II? And then number 11, ultimately, the U.S. decided to drop 2 atomic bombs on Japan in the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Do you think this attack was necessary for the United States to do, and why? And was 3 days enough time to drop the second atomic bomb on Nagasaki? Remember, these are opinion questions here at the end. We're just looking for you to make a claim and then back it up with some of the evidence that we talked about in class.